Hey, how's it going? Kenny here, and welcome back to the Austrian Adventure. And here we are in Season 3, and up in today's episode, we face Dynamo Kiev away from home in the Champions League Path Playoff second leg. Where if we avoid defeat in this game, we'll qualify for the Champions League group stage. So yes, only one game away from qualifying for the Champions League group stage. We've already got through one team in the Champions League so far. Get to them in a second. We actually beat Dynamo Kiev 2-1 at home. And it's now 3 games in a row that we haven't lost to Dynamo Kiev. Of course, we faced Dynamo Kiev last season in the Europa League group stage. Drew both the games. Should have lost away to Dynamo Kiev. They absolutely battered us. But we avoided defeat there. So we can avoid defeat again here today. We'll qualify for the Champions League group stage. No matter what happens in this game, we're guaranteed to go through to a group stage. Win this game, we'll get through the tie. We'll go through to the Champions League group stage. Lose the tie, we go through to the Europa League group stage again. So at least we're not guaranteed to get European football. But of course, there's a difference between Champions League and the Europa League. We want to get through to the Champions League. But we've still got a massive ask here away to Dynamo Kiev. They are a stronger team than us, in my opinion. So it's going to be very tricky, but I know we're capable of doing it. Anyway, new season, Season 3, played a few games so far. But first things first, let's get to the transfers. And there's been 2 big sales this summer, which managed to raise some funds for us, which is great. Get to them now. First of all, let's get to the outgoings. Well, the first person to leave us was Raphael Schiffel. He's gone to SKN St. Polten for 150k. He was firmly 4th choice centre-back, and with Dietel, Lettner coming through, didn't really have space for him, to be honest. He was on over 1k a week, so I decided to cash in on him. He's not terrible, but he's also nowhere near good enough. If you look at his aerial, mental and defending ability, he's not too bad at this level, but physically he's terrible, and he's not very quick either. And physically he's terrible, despite the fact that he's 6'6". He has 10 strength and only 14 jumping reach for 6'6". It's just, and not even an aerial threat at all. So in that regard, he's pretty terrible. Got rid of him. He's gone to SK and St. Polten. Also, another one who's gone to SK and St. Polten is Mario Ginsberger, but this time only on loan. He's our B-team right back. Was toying with the idea of calling him up for the first team this season as backup, but I feel like he needs to develop a bit more. He's a whole lot different to Raphael Schiffel. He's 5'3" and he's got 1 jumping reach. But anyway, that is too important as a right back. It would be nice if he was a little bit taller, but anyway, he needs some development, that is for sure. He's never been good enough to be our number 1 right back, that is definite, but as a backup going forward, possibility. So hopefully he comes back a better player and gets a lot of game time there with SK and St. Paul. They're playing the first division, so could stay in the B team, could go to there. Doesn't make too much difference. But he's at a full team, shall we say, a proper team. I know Young Violets Austria playing in the first division, but he's at a team with a full professional team, to put it that way. So hopefully he gets some game time there. Hopefully he comes back as a better player. Well, the first big sale came after that, and that was Lucas Mull. He's gone to Burnley for 7.25 million. That was his minimum fee release clause. They matched it. There's nothing we could do about it. But to be honest, 7.25 million, I'm pretty happy with that. I managed to convince the board to increase the percentage of transfer revenue just before this sale went through from 30% to 45%. So we got almost half that money come back into the club, which was very, very important. So yeah, it's a loss because he's a very good centre-back for us, but still, centre-back, we are blessed at the club currently. Of course, we've got Tom Dietel and Lettner. Dietel's 17 now, Lettner's 16. Both potentially 5 stars and both quite good already, has to be said. And also got a couple of youngsters coming through as well, potentially 5-star centre-back position. So yeah, not too much of a disaster in my opinion. Also, the centre-back I replaced him with is arguably better than him. So yeah, I'm very happy with that. 7.25 million. I didn't actively seek selling him, but I knew that if we did sell him, it's not going to be an absolute disaster. He's gone to Burnley. He did really well for us though. First season he got 7.36. Last season he got 7.45 as well. So he was a great centre-back for us, but they signed him on a free transfer. Got 7.25 million for him. Great piece of business, so happy to see him leave. Another one who's left us, so the other big sale is Alexander Djukic. He's gone to Tottenham for 5.25 million. Again, didn't want to sell Djukic, to be honest. He was moaning about his contract. He had every right to moan about his contract, to be fair. He was only on £750 a week, which actually was one of the lowest in the first team, and his contract expired at the end of the season. I was desperate to try and sign him out to a new contract. I wanted to do that, but Tottenham came in for him, and I think it was clear once Tottenham came in for him, there's no way to keep him. He really wanted to leave at that point, and no surprises really. He wants to go to Tottenham. He's gone from £750 a week to 28k a week, so a massive jump for him. He's arguably our best centre midfielder last season, and the season before that as well, so he's a good player for us, but ultimately 5.25 1.25 million, sorry. It's a good bit of business. I wanted to keep him around, but you can't tempt him away from Tottenham, can you? So, yeah, sad to see him leave, but he's gone nonetheless. And 5.25 million again, almost half that money came back into the club, so that is great. So, yeah, 2 big sales there, 12.5 million in total for Mull and Djukic. Also, Lucas Wiedel's gone to FC Blau-Weiss Linz on a free transfer. Terrible goalkeeper. Happy to see the back of him. Niels Hahn as well has gone to Salernitana. I'm not sure how to pronounce the name properly, but he's gone there for 500k. He's not great. Brunod's effectively replaced him. Brunoda was in the B team last season. Brunoda comes out a little bit better. 500k for Hahn, who's not a very good player. He's 22 now as well, so he's not going to improve much anymore. Just happy with it, to be honest. Happy with it. See the back of him. He wasn't terrible last season, only a 5th or 6th choice centre midfielder, but 500k, it's quite a decent amount of money for him, so that's great. Florian Wostinger, he's gone on loan to Austria Klagenfurt for the season. Again, they play in the first division, I believe, so hopefully he does well there. He's already scored 2 goals and got an assist, so he's doing well. Bit of potential about him. Whether he'll be good enough to be a starting player for us is a different question, but hopefully, if he can improve a lot this season, we shall see how well he comes back for next season. Again, I was toying with the idea of playing him in the first team this season, but ultimately, I decided that he needs more game time, and he's going to get that with Austria Klagenfurt. Also, Leon Ivkic has gone to Sturm Graz for 625k. He was a promising centre-back. I loaned him out to SV Ried last season, but he did absolutely terribly there. Absolutely terrible. 21 games, 6.65. He did not develop at all. And, I think it's safe to say he's far off Dieter and Lettner's standards. He's never going to be more good enough to be a 4th choice centre back for us. Out of contract at the end of the season, he's on over 2k a week and had a bit of value about him, so I decided to sell him 625k. Happy with that sale. Happy to see the back of him as well. Also, his brother, I think it is. His brother or his cousin? Is it his brother? Yes, his brother. His younger brother, Cristiano Ivkic, he's still here. He's gone on loan to Austria Salzburg for the season. It was our new affiliate club, by the way. We had an affiliate club, Floridsdorfer, who play in the first division as well. But unfortunately, the board terminated that link, unfortunately for us. Don't know why. So I decided to look for another one. And we got SV Austria Salzburg. They don't play in the first division. They actually are the original Salzburg team, by the way. For those of you who don't know, Red Bull Salzburg actually, they basically took over Austria Salzburg, and then had to form a new club. I don't think a lot of the fans were quite happy with Red Bull Salzburg taking over Austria Salzburg. We actually look at their history. There's runner-up in the Europa League back in 1994. They won the Austrian Premier Division 3 times in the 90s as well. Runner-up a couple of times in the 90s as well. So, yeah, quite a big Austrian team, but they're playing in the regional divisions now, Regional League Salzburg. So, yeah, not really too much of a great feeder team to have, but obviously we've got too many players in the B team. Need to loan some of them out to give other players a chance. That's why I decided to look for this link, and we've got Austria Salzburg as our feeder club now, which is great. They're playing purple and lilac and white as well, which is interesting. And also Luca Dell'Antonio is going on loan to Austria Salzburg for this season as well. 18-year-old youngster, centre midfielder, DM type. So hopefully he gets a full season there as well. And also finally another sale. Marko Juricin has gone to Swansea for 500k. He's 30 years of age now. He's not amazing, to be fair. He's done all right for us the last couple of seasons. Got 11 goals last season, 12 goals and 8 assists the season before that. But he's 30 years of age now. He's on big wages, on 6k a week. He wanted about 10k a week as well to extend his contract. So I decided to sell him, to be honest. 500k I got for him. Very happy with that. Didn't do well on his debut, did he? With 5.5 there for Swansea. So happy to see the back of him. He's not amazing. He's not amazing at all, and he's on big wages, so I had to get rid of him. 500k for him. Happy days. That is not all the sales, though, because some of them come under Young Violets Austria. We actually look at it now. Yes, another 4 sales to talk of as well, all come underneath Young Violets Austria. The first one to leave us was Dean Titkov. He's gone to Lask for 250k. Very happy with this sale because he hasn't got much potential about him at all. He's a centre-back, and as I said, with the centre-backs coming through at the club, I don't think he's ever been good enough to be anything more than a 4th, 5th choice centre-back. So cashed in on him. He doesn't look that bad, to be fair. He might get a little bit better. He's only just turned 19 as well, so maybe he could be a decent player for Lask, but I'm not really regretting this at all. If you just compare him with Tom Dietel or even Lettner. Just compare him with Lettner. Lettner's 16. Lettner's just so much better than him, and 3 years younger, so not got too much regrets about selling him. 250k for him, very happy days with that. He's actually on loan already as well, so yeah, happy with that. 250k. Also, Timo Schmelzer's gone to TSV Hartberg for 115k. I was actually quite excited about him when I started here this series, to be honest. I thought he was one of our highest rated youngsters along with El Shiwi, but he didn't develop at all, and no one else really rated him very highly apart from myself, and I can see why now, because he hasn't really got much better. He's quite technically gifted. He's got 15 passing, 16 technique, but never going to be good enough for us, unfortunately, so cashed in on him as well. Also, Mirko Kos has gone to SK in St. Polten as well on a free transfer, terrible goalkeeper. And Sandali Kondi has gone to Derby for £1 million. Of course, he played a lot of games for us last season as a goalkeeper because Fruchtel broke his leg. And I was a little bit concerned about that. They might go to his head. And it did go to his head because now he wants to be considered our first choice goalkeeper when he's nowhere near our first choice goalkeeper. I did say, I think the last episode actually, that he's never going to be good enough to be our number one. Definitely not. Never going to be good enough to be our number one. And somehow he fought that because of Fruchtel breaking his leg last season and getting a lot of game time. He did quite well for us last season, but if you look at his graph here, you can see that he's never going to be good enough to be our number one. He's not amazing at all. Again, you can just compare him to George Hesser, our backup goalkeeper now, who's still only 16. Hesser is already better. So, yeah. Well, arguably better already. Not too much difference between the two, but you get where I'm getting at. He's 4 years younger. So, yeah, Conde wanted to be first choice goalkeeper. I wanted to keep him around as a B team goalkeeper. And also, he had a little option of being the third choice keeper in case Fruchtel were injured again. But, yeah, I'm not going to give him the satisfaction of being first choice goalkeeper considering his contract. So, I had to sell him in £1 million for him from Derby. Very, very happy with that. He's not worth £1 million. So, brilliant piece of business there for me as well, I think. So, yeah, it's a lot of players, which is great. Of course, Mull and Djukic are the big ones, but raised over 15 million in player sales. That is absolutely brilliant. So let's get to the players that have joined us then. And I'm quite happy with the players that have joined us, to be honest. I'm quite happy. The first one to join us, of course, was Fruchtel. He joined us on a free transfer from Bayern Munich. That was already agreed. We knew that was happening. He broke his leg last season, of course, but hopefully it doesn't happen again. Fingers crossed. He hasn't started the new season too great. It has to be fair. He's already got a couple of poor performances, but he's a very good goalkeeper for us. And Hesser is going to be our number one in a couple of years' time anyway. So Fruchtel's only going to be here for a couple of seasons, I should imagine, before Hesser is ready to start. But Fruchtel, good goalkeeper on a free transfer as well. Can't go wrong in my opinion. Also, another player from Bayern Munich has joined us, and he replaces Lucas Moll. His name is Lucas Mai. You've probably heard of him. He's got a very similar name to Lucas Moll as well. He's on loan from Bayern Munich. When I was looking to replace Moll, there's only really one man I really wanted. That was Mai, and I'm so happy I got him in because he's a very good centre-back, as you see here. Very, very good. You actually compare him with Moll, he does come out better. If Moll was there, where is Moll? There he is. Yeah, Moll was slightly better defending and speed, but overall I'd say Lucas Mai is a better footballer, and also he's 3 years younger as well. So very, very happy to get him in. I think there's no optional future fee actually. I thought there was, but anyway, we couldn't really afford it. It was going to be a higher one. But yeah, he's here. He's here for us. His contract expires at Bayern Munich end of the season, so maybe a possibility to sign him on a permanent transfer, although he's on quite big wages to be fair, so maybe not. But yeah, very happy to get him in just for this season nonetheless. He's a very good player. He's also a modern day centre-back as well, as soon as he's got some good passing ability about him, 14 passing, 13 vision, etc. So very happy to get Lucas Mai in. I think it's a great replacement for Lucas Moll. Also, another loan signing is Carney Chukwuemeka from Aston Villa. Of course, plays for Chelsea in real life. He is on loan for the season. Different to this season than it was last season. It was actually because of the player sales I made. I was able to afford some of these fees. And as you see there, I spent 5 million. All of them are loan signings for the fees. And yeah, I didn't want to do that, but I think it was clear that I couldn't really sign any great loan signings without the fees. So I had to dip in for that. And fortunately for me, it didn't really backfire. So Chukwuemeka joins us from Aston Villa on loan. Interestingly enough, he's actually part Austrian. I did know this beforehand, but it was not the main reason why I signed him, but also it's quite nice. Other nationalities, Nigerian and Austrian, as you see there. So he can speak good German already as it is, which is great. I don't think he's going to play for Austria. I'd like to think he's going to play for England in the future, but Austria, he could play for Austria in the future, or even Nigeria, of course. So we shall see about that. Anyway, he started off the campaign here for us, very, very good indeed. He looks like a very, very good player. Very happy to get him in. And yeah, he started off absolutely brilliant here for us. Also, another loan signing I've made is Osam Sarawi from Dortmund on loan for the season. 1.6 million he's costing us. Different to Chukwuemeka is the fact that he's been absolutely atrocious so far. He did start off the season with an injury though, so I guess we can say that. He's a full Norwegian international as well. He's got 3 caps for Norway already, which is great. And you look at his graph here, he looks very, very good, doesn't he? Very, very technical player. Just, very, very good. 17 dribbling, 18 agility, 18 flair as well, 15 passing, 16 vision. So he should be good. He should be very good. But unfortunately, he's been terrible so far. But hopefully, he can get better as time goes on. Also, another Norwegian we've signed, and that is Isaac Hansen Arawan from Man United on loan for the season. Again, 1.7 million he's cost him with the fees. Again, he hasn't been great. He's scored a goal though. He's done a couple of things, but he hasn't started off too well for us either. But hopefully he can get better. Again, he looks very, very good. So he's on loan from Man United. Very, very high potential, I believe, in real life as well. So hopefully he turns out to be a good player for us. But at the moment, he hasn't started off amazingly well, has to be said. Another one we signed, the other 2 players I've signed are actually two youngsters. I was actually looking for youngsters to fill out the under-18 squad, so I left it a little bit thin. And I found this gem called Stefan Beck. I signed him from TSV Hartberg on a free transfer. They're in the Premier League division now, Hartberg. Signed him on a free transfer, and he's a very, very, very promising youngster, has to be said. A free transfer, didn't cost us a single penny, not even compensation fee. He's 16, just about to turn 17. You see there, he's now worth 3.5 to 7 million. I was thinking about it a little bit because he wanted to be considered a fringe player. You see that? I wanted to be a breakthrough prospect. I wanted to go into the under-18s, but I actually compared him with Heinrich, who's a very, very good 17-year-old, and Beck comes out better. Beck is, as you see there, he's a very, very good player, and he started off very well as well. He's actually scored, he's actually scored 3 goals in 1 start this season, so very, very exciting times to get Beck in. He's looking really, really good. He looks really composed in front of goal as well. He's scored a couple of great goals, so yeah, looking for a couple of players who's under 18s. He is under 18, but found an absolute gem here from Hartberg on a free transfer, and he's come straight into the first team, so very, very happy with that. The other one I signed is not as promising, nowhere near as promising, has to be said. Anis Lacic, I signed him from FC Wacker Innsbruck on a free transfer. Potentially to be 3.5 stars, not going to be good enough for the club in the future probably. I just signed him basically to fill out the under-18 squad. Of course, he hasn't cost me a single penny. I'm trying to look for another 1, maybe 2 players to sign for the under-18s, but run out of time now. But if I can sign him on a free transfer, which I'm looking for, then that'd be great. But I did find an absolute gem there in Stefan Beck, which is brilliant. I think it's safe to say there's not really any more out there on his calibre that want to join us. Of course, there are players out there on his calibre in Austria, but they don't want to join us. Rapid Vienna players or Salzburg players, etc. So, but to find Beck, very, very happy with that. Anyway, been a few games played so far in the season, about like 10 actually so far. Already lost 2 games in the league, unfortunately. But let's get to the recent results. So we start off the new season with the Austrian FA Cup, as we always do. I did mention the Austrian Super Cup in the last game, and it's been confirmed this season, in the last episode, sorry. It's been confirmed this season that there is no such thing as an Austrian Super Cup anymore. There used to be, but not anymore. So despite us winning the Austrian FA Cup, there's no sort of little trophy to battle out Salzburg for to win. So no Austrian Super Cup, unfortunately. But anyway, we start off the new season with a 5-0 away win to USV Nas in the FA Cup. And surprisingly, Han Lettner, our centre-back, scored a hat-trick in this game. Very, very bizarre. Tristan Hammond scored a goal as well. And the other centre-back, Tom Dietl, scored in this game. Lettner actually scored his first goal with a penalty. It's normally the other way around. He scored his first goal with a penalty because he's got 11 penalty taken, so he's quite good in that regard. And then he scored 2 headed goals to get a hat-trick, which is very bizarre. But yeah, very nice win to start off the new season, but expected. They're an amateur team, so nothing too much to shout about there. And after that, though, we start off the new season with a home win against Wolfsburg. I beat them 2-0. We like to play Wolfsburg. We do like to play them. Batted them a couple of times last season. We did lose at home to them last season, though, so I was a bit nervous. Eric Shuranov scored a penalty in this game, and Hammond scored a goal in this game as well. That's the one to mention as well. Tristan Hammond, he's back from on loan, and I called him up for the first team, and he started off really well as well, which is great. After that win against Wolfsburg, we made it 2 out of 2. We beat New Boys Hartberg 3-1 away from home. Very comfortable win this one. Shuranov with a brace, and Louis Barry is also on loan for the season again as well, as I said last season. Also, Romeo Lavia is extended his loan here as well. I did say about those 2 in the last episode, and those 2 are here again for the season. He scored in the game as well. After that, though, we faced Sporting Lisbon in the Champions League third qualifying round first leg. We actually got knocked out to another Portuguese team last season. That was Porto. This time we got through Sporting Lisbon. We lost the first leg though, 3-2 away from home, and it was quite unfortunate to lose the leg. We actually was the better team in the game, especially the first half. Second half, Sporting came into the game quite nicely, but the first half we were by far the better team, and we went 1-0 up through Lucas Meyer, very much deserved. They made it 1-1 through Pedro Gonçalves. Chukwuemeka made it 2-1 to us, but only a minute later they scored again. And then Alejandro Gomez scored late on to make it 3-2 to Sporting. But I knew with us playing at home in the next leg that we had some sort of chance, only losing the game 3-2. So certainly had a chance. We did win the second leg. Before that, though, we faced Sturm Graz away in the league. And unfortunately, we lost our first game of the season in the league, that is. We lost 2-1 away to Sturm Graz. They went 1-0 up through Sarkaria. Lucas Meyer made it 1-1. Unfortunately for us, they scored a free kick in the 90th minute, which was very disappointing, unfortunately. But we bounced back in the next game. We beat Sporting Lisbon 2-0 at home to get through that tie 4-3 and set up the Dynamo Kiev tie in the playoff. Sure enough, both goals in this game. This was a very nice win. We did better in the first leg, though, it has to be said. The second leg, quite fortunate to win the game. But we won the game nonetheless, and 4-3 over Sporting Lisbon. Very, very happy with that. After that game, we demolished Altac, the team we beat in the FA Cup final last season. Beat them 5-1 very comfortably. 5 different goal scorers as well. Hansen Arawan, Beck, Letner, Chukwuemeka and Barry on the score sheet in that game. And after that, we played Dynamo Kiev at home in the first leg of the payoff. Beat them 2-1. It was 1-0 down in this game, though. But Stefan Beck came off the bench and scored 2 goals in the 84th and 86th minute. I took a risk there, bringing Shuranov off for Beck, a 16-year-old, in this tie here. But boy, did it work. He scored 2 goals in the space of 2 minutes, and somehow we won this game 2-1, which is great. So Beck could be the hero come end of this episode here. And just for the episode, though, unfortunately, we played Salzburg away from home, and we lost the game 3-1. We went 1-0 down from Lino. Louis Barry made it 1-1. It was a very even game in the first half, arguably the better team as well, but I did the silly thing of praising the players at half-time. It took a whole 15 seconds for Salzburg to score in the second half, and they scored 4 minutes later after that as well to get the third goal. So I shouldn't have praised the players at half-time. Really did backfire. Lost the game 3-1 though, away to Salzburg. Nothing too much to be ashamed of. So it's been a bit of an iffy start to the season, but we have lost 3 away games, but that was away to Sporting, away to Sturm Graz, and away to Salzburg. So nothing to be ashamed about too much, to be honest. But away to Dynamo Kiev today. Can we avoid defeat here? Well, if we lose the game by 1 goal, we're guaranteed extra time and penalties, which is something at least. So hopefully we can do that at least. But if we can draw the game, that would be absolutely brilliant. In terms of the league table, well, as you see, we've lost 2 games already, so we haven't started off the new season great. We're sitting 5th in the league currently, but obviously a long way to go yet. And we had 2 tricky games. Away to Sturm Graz, a little bit annoying that we lost that, but still, they're quite a decent team nonetheless. Saying that, though, they haven't finished in the top 6 the last 2 seasons, I believe. No, they finished 7th and 7th, so it is a little bit disappointing to lose to them, it has to be said. But losing away to Salzburg is nothing to be ashamed of. So hopefully we can bounce back in the league and start climbing the league table again. That would be great. We're only 4 points off the top after all, so it's not a complete disaster, is it? In terms of the season preview, we finished 2nd this season again, 9-1. We've got 1 player in the Media Dream 11, Lucas Mai, so he's been a great signing, hasn't he? Anyway, enough talk from me. Let's get to this game and away to Dynamo Kiev. If we avoid defeat, we qualify for the Champions League group stage for the first time in the series. I'm pretty sure it's not their first time in their history. I'm sure Austria Vienna have been in the Champions League at some point. They must have done. But first time in the series for us, so that'll be very, very nice. And this is the team for today's game. We've got Fruchtel in goal, Martins right back, Duras left back, Handel and Mai centre backs. They've got Chukwuemeka, Damaku and Fischer in midfield, Hansen Arawan on the right, Sarui on the left, and Shuranov up front. So unfortunately, main man Tigor picked up an injury at the start of the season. He only played 2 games, but he had an 8 rating. Bloke's just an absolute animal, isn't he? But unfortunately, he picked up an injury. He's just back from injury now. He's on the bench for today's game. Don't really want to risk him, but we certainly missed him with Martin Martins right back. He's nowhere near the same player as Tigor, unfortunately. Other than that, we've got no injuries at the club currently. El Shiri is tied for the game. Same with Hammond as well. Lavia, Barry, Grill, all tied for the game as well. In terms of the players this season, well, Letner's been very impressive so far. He's got 4 goals already this season as a centre-back, which is great. Tristan Hammond started off the new season flying. He got 2 goals and 3 assists, but the last 3 games, as you see there, he's been a little bit poor, but he has started off the new season great. Louis Barry as well has done really well. Shuranov's got 5 goals as well. He's starting off to look like a bit of a prolific striker for us. Lucas Meyer's been good. Fischer, Beck as well has been very surprising and great. And Chukwuemeka as well has been a great player for us so far this season. In terms of disappointing signings, disappointing players of the season so far, Hansen Arawan and Sarau have been terrible so far, as I said. Lavia, he should be amazing because he looks amazing. As you see there, it looks absolutely amazing. He's been terrible so far, which is really disappointing. El Shiri's been underperforming as well. Handel's been a little bit disappointing. Fruchtel's been underperforming as well. So it's been a bit iffy so far at the start of the season. Some great performances from some of the players, but also some terrible performances. But it's still early days. We've had some very tricky games as well. Of course, playing Sporting Lisbon twice, Salzburg as well, Dynamo Kiev, Sturm Graz. So all in all, I'm quite satisfied. But if we can draw or win this game, I'll be even more satisfied. Dynamo Kiev away from home, avoid defeat, and we qualify for the Champions League group stage. Can we do it? Well, let's find out. Okay, here we go. This is going to be tricky because they're a very good team, Dynamo Kiev, but we have gone 3 games without losing against them, so that must play on the mind a little bit. And we start off this game very promising as well. 4 shots, 2 on target already, which is great. Please remember, guys, if you like this video, to hit that like button for me, and also please hit that subscribe button as well. I need 4 away from 500. Hopefully I can hit that before FN23 is released. Anyway, first highlight of the game here. Durast, who starts left back today in place of El Shiri. Durast has not really been impressive so far in the first team, but he's only backup left back to El Shiri. But here he is nonetheless, Durast. And he frees through Shuranov, who has been impressive so far this season. Oh, hits the bar. Great early chance there. I was just slagging Durast off, but he almost got an assist there, didn't he? And quite a lively start to the match according to the match stats here. Still 0-0. So avoid defeat here. We qualify for the Champions League group stage. Not expecting us to do much of the Champions League, to be honest, but it would be great to be in there. Obviously, the Europa League is more realistic for us to actually do something. Still, we haven't got a chance winning the Europa League, not in my opinion anyway, but we've got a chance to qualify for maybe the second knockout round or something. We almost did last season. We probably should have done last season, so yeah, that would be something, but we want to get to the Champions League, of course. And just over half-time played, we're looking good to qualify for the Champions League. Hanson Aaron's having a good game today, by the way, with 7 rating. That doesn't usually happen. Sharobi on the other side, though, has been terrible again. Don't know why he's so poor, because he looks amazing. When I saw him and he was on the loan list, I was very excited. I was like, look at this guy, he looks amazing. Sarawi, here he is. But so far, he's been absolutely abysmal. Maybe he'll get better when he gets fully match fit. Give him a bit more time. Anyway, here he is. Out to Durast. We take the lead in this game. This would be absolutely fantastic. Here's Sarawi. Is that a penalty? It's a penalty. It's a big chance for us to take the lead here. It's not fully confirmed yet, but let's be honest, 99 times out of 100 it is given. Get in. We've got a penalty. Come on. Shuranov to take it. He doesn't usually miss. Come on, Shuranov. Take us 3-1 up in the tie. Shuranov. Oh, for goodness sake. Oh. Would happen, wouldn't it? Why do I save him? Why do I say he usually doesn't miss? I don't think I've seen him miss one penalty. And I say that and now he misses a penalty. For goodness sake. Well, he did miss it in the penalty shootout, I think it was. Last season. Here we got a corner here though. Hanson Aaron to take it. Handles there. Oh, it's the bar. Should be 1-0 up, shouldn't we? Well, we should be 1-0 up. We had a penalty, didn't we? Martins is, take him off. Let's bring on Teagle. We've got to risk Teagle. In a game of this magnitude. Durast as well has been poor. And he got a yellow card. But I didn't put El Shiwi on the bench. Why did I not put El Shiwi on the bench? I have no idea. That is completely foolish, isn't it? Sarawi, he's useless. I'm telling you, this bloke is absolutely useless. Absolutely useless. He's not fully match fit yet. So as I said, I need to give him more chances. But the ratings he's put in is absolutely abysmal. Only 20 minutes to go though. 20 minutes. We don't concede a goal. We have qualified for the Champions League group stage, which is absolutely fantastic. So final change of the game here. Aaron has been really good today with 7.2. Fisher is nervous. So let's take off Fisher. Let's bring on Grill for him. 15 minutes to go and it's been a very even game, this one. Here's Damaku. Can we take the lead late on here though? Here's Lucas Mai. To Aaron. He's had a very good game. Probably his best game so far for us. Out to Teagle, acres of space. This is a big chance here. Barry got score. Oh my word, how's he missed? Oh my god. If we don't qualify for the Champions League here, unbelievable. We could have scored 4 goals. I think we hit the bar twice, missed a penalty, and that was an absolute sitter. Got a corner out with Teagle to take it. It's cleared for a throw-in. Oh my word, we should be winning the game. Should be winning the game. 10 minutes to go. Been the better team in the game as well. Dynamo Kiev are creating chances, but we're creating a lot of chances ourselves. Only a couple minutes to go though. 3 minutes added time. Let's go defensive here. Let's try and hold on to the draw. Let's not worry about trying to score goals here, boys. Let's just try and hold on to this win. Come on, 3 minutes to go. We'll qualify for the Champions League. Knocked out Sporting Lisbon and Dynamo Kiev on the way as well, which is 2 big clubs, and we've done it. Get in. Qualify for the Champions League group stage. Great performance today as well. We deserved the win, it has to be said. Obviously missed the penalty, but it didn't come back to bite us, so that is absolutely fantastic. Hanson Aaron did really well today, 7.3. Starting to look like a player, has to be said. Damaku did really well as a ball midfielder today as well. Teagle come off the bench and still got a 7 somehow. How's this bloke just continue to impress all the time? The back three there, though, did really well. Fructall's been inconsistent this season, but he proved his worth to us today with a 7.2, and Mayan Handel had a great game as well. So, what a performance. What a performance that is. We didn't get the win, but great performance. Brilliant. We qualified for the Champions League, so I don't think we'll be in the Champions League for too long, to tell you the truth, but we can nick a third place finish maybe. We shall see, but we have no chance of qualifying. But anyway, talking of the Champions League, I'm pretty sure the draw takes place tomorrow. I'm pretty sure it does. So I'm going to make sure you stick around, guys, because I've got the Champions League group stage coming up. Who will we draw in the group stage? Real Madrid, Man City? We'll find out in a sec. Okay, here we have the Champions League group stage draw. We succeeded fourth, as you can imagine, but we actually climbed like 80 places last season in the European rankings because we did well in the Europa League and the Europa Conference League. So maybe in the future we could be a third choice, third seed team. Look at the third seeds though, we've got some great teams in there. But look at a team such as Shakhtar, even Red Bull. Well, no, we can't get what am I talking about? We can't get Salzburg in the group, can he? Do you not know the rules, idiot? We've got Red Star Belgrade in there, Benfica as well, Lyon. So these sort of teams, I feel like we have a chance to finish above them in third place, but ultimately we do expect to finish in fourth place. But anyway, let's do the automatic draw here. Let's see who we can get in the Champions League group stage. Gladbach are first seeds, which is a bit surprising. Got Liverpool there as well, of course. Villarreal are the first seeds there. Bayern Munich. I'd love to get this group. Gladbach or Villarreal. Look at these two so far. Porto as well. Certainly got a chance against them. Juventus. Gladbach and Chelsea there. Liverpool. Oh, goodness gracious. We want to avoid that group at all costs. I mean, Liverpool and Real Madrid. Jesus, we don't want that. PSG and Leipzig. Man City and Barcelona as well. Which one's worse? Liverpool, Real Madrid or Man City, Barcelona? Either way, they're both terrible. But saying that, though, it'd be nice to go to Liverpool, Real Madrid or Man City, Barcelona. That group looks absolutely disastrous with Benfica in there as well. Absolutely disastrous. Group F of Salzburg. We can't get Man City, Barcelona, that's for sure. We can still get that absolute group of death, though. Right, here we go. These are the fourth seeds. We're not in that one. We're going to be in that one, aren't we? No, we're not. That one? Oh, I like that one. Oh, no. Oh, goodness. Well, we've got to go to Bayern Munich. We've got to go to Bayern Munich. And Napoli and Lyon. But saying that, though, do we have some sort of chance to beat Napoli and Lyon at home? I think we do. I still think we're going to finish fourth, to be honest, bottom of the group. But we got to go to the Champions League. That's something at least. But I do think we've got a slight chance against Lyon. We've got three Sporting Lisbon and Dynamo Kiev. And how much better are Lyon than Dynamo Kiev and Sporting Lisbon? If better at all. Not by much at all. So with that logic, we've certainly got a chance against them. I think Napoli are stronger than Lyon for sure. But yeah, we've certainly got a chance of finishing third in the group. I think I'll be telling lies if I thought I had a chance to finish in the top two. But finishing third, certainly a possibility. Bayern Munich just had to pray and hope for the best. Then you hope we don't lose 8-0 or something, because that's going to be absolutely disastrous. And so with the Champions League draw being drawn, then in terms of the next episode, who we got to play first? We've got Lyon first. I'm not going to bring you back for that one then. Got to bring you back for that one, haven't I? Away to Bayern Munich. Be a disaster, but got to bring it back. Oh, that could be 8-0. That could be 8-0. That's nerve-wracking. But yeah, in terms of the next episode, then I think I'll bring you back for the Bayern Munich away game. And I think I'll feature the Rapid Vienna home game in there as well. So make sure you join for the next one, guys. We've got to travel to Bayern Munich. I don't think we have a hope in hell winning the game, but if we do win the game, at least we're going to catch it in the episode. And thank you guys for watching this video. Please remember to hit a like button if you like the video, and also hit that subscribe button as well. It really helped me out, and much appreciated as well. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you for the next one.